Hello, Coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca, and welcome to another interesting episode where we discuss on some interesting updates. We begin with Ansu Fati as PSG are reportedly eyeing a shock move for the 35 million rated Barca forward. We are going to discuss on that as we move ahead. Secondly, in this episode, talking about Pablo Gavi, as Gavi is reportedly furious about PSG links. Xavi have assured him a regular role this upcoming season. We are also going to be discussing on that. So as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Relations between Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain are currently strained beyond limit. The Parisians shocked the world by making a sudden swoop for Ousmane Dembele in recent weeks, and the Catalans feel betrayed by their use of the player's release clauses. After all, this is not the first time the French club are luring the Blaugrana's best player. One remembers the script that unfolded in 2017 when PSG triggered Neymar's 222 million euros release clause in a similar fashion. So now the question is, could Ansu Fati become number 3? According to reports from Javi Miguel from Dario AS, PSG are now eyeing Barcelona starlet Ansu Fati. They are already working on an offer to present to the Catalans. The La Masia starlet has always preferred to stay under Xavi Hernandez's command and earn a spot. However, the fact remains that the manager does not have a starting spot to guarantee him. PSG's proposal thus interests Fati, for the manager Luis Enrique trusts his skill set and can offer him regular playing time. So, Joan Laporta had seemingly finalized talks with a German firm to acquire a 16% stake in the Barca studios in exchange for an injection of 60 million euros. The upcoming funds were crucial to the Catalans' plans to register players' new contracts and the new signings with La Liga. However, that transaction came to a screeching end or a screeching halt earlier this week when the investors suddenly backed out. The club are now in dire need of funds and see a plain full sale to be the only option, with Fati best placed to be the scapegoat, Javi Miguel adds. Ansu Fati was far from his best last season, but showed flashes of brilliance towards the end of the campaign. If the recent pre-season tour to the USA is anything to go by, the youngster appears to be back to his best. Fati was electric in the minutes he received on that tour, even scoring a sensational winner against AC Milan. If Barcelona and Xavi make the mistake of selling the young phenom this summer, they could well end up regretting the decision. Of course, I think Fati have proven himself that, he is going to have a better season this time around than last season. And Barca should not make that mistake of selling Ansu Fati. Honestly, I've been very shocked to see these reports linking Ansu Fati to Paris Saint-Germain. Of course, Paris Saint-Germain are taking things personal with Barca, and I think they are doing it with all intentions, with all bad intentions, and which have made the relationship between these two clubs, sour lately. Of course, not so long we heard about the Ousmane Dembele saga, which left a lot of Barca fans very bitter, very, very furious about the Dembele betrayal, and of course PSG being in the mix again. And Ansu Fati now linked with PSG makes things even looking worse. And definitely, if you ask me as a Barca fan, I'll say I hope Barca don't make any mistake of selling Fati to PSG, even to sell Fati to another club. I think Fati is going to have a better season because it's going to look very weird to sell Fati and leave Ferran Torres, to be honest. And I still don't understand how on earth Ferran Torres still continues to be a Barca player, and there are no mentions in any transfer report about Ferran Torres leaving. Like, Xavi have given him the go ahead to stay. Like, it makes no sense to me. And getting reports of Ansu Fati's future uncertain, whereas we have Ferran Torres there, nothing is happening. Then I don't know where we are going to. I think Ansu Fati should stay. I think he have proven Xavi this. Not even though yes, we know that the 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 preseason is not something that you can fully judge a player on. But I think this preseason, Ansu Fati have shown something of some sparkling that he will surely bring to us for next season. And he knows for sure that last season was a poor season for him. And in all indications, I think Fati will improve. So I think there is no way Ansu Fati should leave this club, especially as Dembele have left. And we know that Barca are not ready to sign any replacement for Ousmane Dembele. I think Fati have a very, very huge role in the team, even though we have Ace up there as well, who will likely stay. But Ansu Fati's role will increase as Dembele, who was a starter, will no more be at the club as his move to Paris Saint-Germain is getting closer and closer every day. Then on to the next story of discussion. It is indeed fascinating that Barcelona's most important leaders on the field are no longer veterans. The Catalans' new generation is headlined by Ronald Araujo, Frankie de Jong, Pedri and Gavi, and the recently announced list of captains highlights the same. Of the core age, Gavi is the one with the most limelight on the field. The Spanish midfielder makes his presence well known either through his quality or his passion for the crest. According to reports from Mundo Deportivo, the 19-year-old was furious with the reports that the club had offered him in a swap deal for Kylian Mbappe. Barca denied any such development and maintained complete faith in the young star. In fact, Xavi assured the midfielder that he will be an important player this season recently. Kylian Mbappe has turned into PSG's worst nightmare this summer. The player is in the final year of his contract in France and threatens to leave for Real Madrid on a free transfer next summer, but the Parisians, however, are strictly against such a move. They are desperate to sell him this summer, but there appears to be no movement from either of the player or Real Madrid. Many outlets thus believe that the club intentionally fabricated rumors of Barcelona's interest in Mbappe to pressurize the merengues into making a bid. Interestingly, only French outlets relate the story of Barca offering Gavi and Dembele for the World Cup winner. The teenage sensation was one of Barcelona's most heavily used players last season, and the fatigue appears to be hitting him now. Gavi did not play a single minute in the team's pre-season tour to the USA. The club covered up his absence by citing a back injury, but it appears to be linked to his endless minutes last season. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.